in intervals of the date, he would kind of do like the heavy metal rock screaming.
What? What do you mean?
You're like, I love like heavy metal rock.
Was
And he'd be like,
white?
you just start
Was he
screaming.
white?
No, he was Jamaican. He was a Muslim Jamaican guy.
And he started screaming at the
Yeah,
table.
he started
Nah, how did you not mention
I
this
don't
date
know
on our last
how
episode?
I didn't. But hi,
Hey.
welcome back to another episode of Two Black Girls.
Episode of Two Black Girls.
Get it?
Episode of Two Chicken.
Get it?
Episode 3.
I know it's been a little while since we've made an episode, but you know, life sometimes be lifing, so you know. But we are
Sometimes.
here now,
Are indeed in the building.
and we will try to stay consistent. Yeah. So there's a few things we'd like to talk about today, and we hope that you guys will enjoy.
We've been doing a lot of complaining about the city of London
See,
recently, okay?
Mm.
I'm trying to be on another planet at this point because
London gets you angry. On smoke
Eh, eh.
always.
all the time, what is going on? What is going on?
Even getting to the studio today.
Listen, I'm tired.
Ooh.
I'm tired.
Of these
Traffic,
streets.
money, costs, taxes. What else?
What else is there?
The weather,
Mannerisms.
lack of manners. Everything is just driving me crazy.
There's an
Like,
endless list.
I swear the last 6 months have been the most stressful. Like, I had my phone stolen a couple months ago.
Oh my god,
Completely swiped out of my hand by an asshole on a ped. And that alone, like, I had no insurance. Of course, that was my own fault. But just the way people are, like, how are you going to be teething
Manners.
things? I worked hard for that.
I'm telling you.
And you just think you could just come and just take.
It
No.
and just swipe it.
I'm sorry, but it's difficult. And I know, like, work-wise, I feel like I've been forced to increase
Yeah.
my pricing and increase the way that I move because I can't make ends meet at this point. Like,
Yeah.
the struggle
get
is
you.
real. I'm burning through petrol just sitting in traffic. There's so much shit going on in London, and
Do you know what? I'm gonna put a brighter spin on it.
yes, please.
And one thing I can say, actually, on the way here, I was reading like a. Air quotes woke in
Yeah.
that sense with mental health and stuff. One thing
Mhm.
I do want to actually think about though
Yeah.
and discuss is love in this generation.
Yeah. No, we love love. We're suckers for love over here. I love a good love story.
I do.
A nice little, I don't know. I like when people care for other people.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the best feeling. Like, no tension, no drama, no competition, just love.
Yeah.
If everybody felt that way and if everyone acted that way, this world, regardless of how shit it is money wise, like,
Yeah.
we would all be good. Be blessed.
100%. Do you feel like in this generation, love is pure, or like the intention of people's love is genuine and pure?
I
at
don't
all?
think I think love had a much stronger meaning back in the day. I'm talking before we were born, like
Yeah.
our parents and stuff. Like, I feel like when you fell in love back then, you married that person.
Yeah.
you just love that person, you married that person, like
Yeah.
quick as well. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
100%.
like 3 months into relationship, I love you.
Boom.
On one knee, let's do it, let's get it.
It's
So
true.
it feels like there's definitely a lot more resistance around saying the word, but also understanding it, because people be out here saying I love you but treating you with the utmost disrespect. That to me is to do with a massive lack of self-awareness. I think if you're not aware of who you are and how you fit into this world and what you, I don't know, just what you represent, then how can you love someone?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just use. So yeah, I don't feel like I don't think people throw the word around as much. I think it's just a case of like not understanding what it means and maybe saying it because they expect a reaction out of it.
And some sort of like being able to have the other person reciprocate the same feeling as well.
Exactly, that reaction. So you're saying it for a reaction. You're saying it so that you can hold on to that person.
Yeah.
And obviously it would be for selfish reasons, but you say it because you want that person to be loyal to you. But you're not doing the same thing type,
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
That's a tough pill to swallow. Like, I feel bad for the kids of this generation, y'all that was born after 2000. Yeah. If you're like 22, speak.
But you know what is mad? Just going back to what you said, even with the whole, back in the day when you fell in love, it felt a bit more pure. Whereas I feel like that's definitely true, but I also believe in a lot of cultures, it's always forced. Yeah,
definitely.
Love comes after marriage.
Yeah.
It doesn't come before marriage.
But
it comes after.
I respect the commitment. Like, you've committed. May it be to the wrong person, may it be for the wrong reasons, but the fact that you were able to commit and then fall in love with the risk of maybe not having a happy life, like it's hard. It is painful, but that takes a lot.
Yeah.
I rate that commitment that people had. Like, they just wanted to have a family, make it work, do those traditional things. Yeah. And it is sad. And people do still experience that today, where they're sort of like
forced
manipulated into relationships. But that lack of commitment is that they ain't no love in these streets right now. There's no commitment. There's no, and I think like, I don't want to blame social media for everything, but the fact that everyone is so accessible now, there's always a better option. Even though there isn't,
it appears in your mind, to be
you feel like there's but she's prettier, but she's,
her booty bigger,
her
waist a bit more snatched.
Exactly. So that's kind of sad when you think about the fact that you might have an amazing thing in front of you, but you're too busy looking at the other side of the grass, the other side of the fence. Oh, what might be over there? Exactly.
If we were born in that generation, and I felt like the expectation of my parents were to marry somebody that I didn't really know, it was from their own sort of approval, I would absolutely my whole entire fiber in my body would despise the idea of laying in bed with somebody you don't even know and then having to force yourself to love them. What if you're not even compatible like that?
But we have that freedom in our mind.
Yeah.
Back then, I don't feel like that was. I feel like that was like that part of our psyche was like locked away. Yeah. It was normal to just.
I get you. It's the norm kind of thing. Yeah.
Like nowadays, you don't expect to be in like sleeping next to someone that you don't know. It was a part of the process back then. Like, you meet someone and you do all those intimate things before they're due. Yeah. Before they feel right. Yeah. And it was kind of normal to do that. So I feel like that part of our psyche has changed, where our like expectations are different now. Yeah. And we need to feel that freedom. Trust and time affects how much we care about someone, rather than it being like we meet, let's just do this, see how it goes. It's like, no, we're not going to get to that stage until I'm completely comfortable. Yeah. Whereas it was the other way around.
Before. No, it's true. I guess, like you said, even like maybe we're in a society now where things are a bit more liberal. So like you have the option to just choose.
Exactly.
Whereas before was not.
And the choice, the options, the ability, and the fact that you can say no.
Yeah.
And not, I mean, not to say that you can't say no and disappoint people, because a lot of people are still disappointed. Like if you say no or if you say yes, there's still, you know, family members that you want to make happy and you make decisions based on other people. But
100%.
we have the option now. And
exactly.
regardless of whether we're disowned or hated for the rest of our lives, we still have that option.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard.
That's very true. So it's really, when it comes to that, even it's more, it's in a sense, because I get really scared about that stuff because of like my own culture. I get scared. Okay, if I choose this person, I bring this person home and I show them to my family. Okay, will they feel shame like towards me, like I'm bringing shame to the family, or
it's weird. I personally haven't experienced that. I think the closest thing to that was like the first time I dated a white guy. My dad was baffled. He was so baffled, and I was quite young as well. I think I might have been like 15 or something. I can't remember how young I was, but I was definitely in secondary school, and the relationship wasn't even really a relationship. It was the fact that I was just like getting closer to a white guy, and my dad in his head was like, what, this is the one you've chosen, even though I'm only 15. Like the likelihood of this guy actually sticking around for the rest of my life is very thin. But that's probably the closest I've experienced. But like, I have, all of my closest friends are Muslim, and I've had relationships in and around me that have been very close to me that I've seen where, you know, they've had to lie to their parents about who they're dating, and a lot of the times it's because it's a black man. And I'm like, I can't take offense to it because I know it's not your fault. But like, me being a black woman, and having a friend that's not allowed to date black men, it's like, what
the hell's going on with that?
Like, what is going on? Like, it's so confusing to me.
Can I ask where are your friends from, if you don't mind? Like,
so
that
so I mean, obviously there's you, who's Muslim, obviously East African. There's Moroccan, Afghan, Indian. Like, I think the Indian one was probably the worst. In regards to like dating a black person, and I think it goes beyond it religion. Like, if that person was Muslim, maybe they'd be a little bit more like, okay, I'll give him a chance.
Really?
But in a few of those relationships, it's been purely based on the fact that person's black.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like nothing to do with religion. Like, this
really discombobulates me.
Like, what's wrong with, like, why are black people always bottom of the high, like the system? Why are we always like
100%?
We're popping. I'm sorry, but why? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Why would you? Yeah, and then recently I met a girl who is dating a black guy, and she is Indian, and her and her man are perfect together. Like, they are made for each other. But her dad has basically like cut her off because she's dating a black person, and his comments were like, oh, like baby dad comments, like he's gonna do this and he's gonna make you pregnant, he's gonna leave you, and he's gonna this and he's gonna that, and it's just exactly that. It's the stereotype of dating a black man, and you don't even know him. But you're ready to assume that he is going to use up your daughter and dash her to the side. Like, just because he hasn't got down on one knee after a month of knowing you. It's very complicated.
Do you know what irks me even more? For me, I've dated someone who's black and Muslim, and it was still a problem.
This is what I'm saying.
Was not the same.
It's got nothing culture to do with religion. It's the stereotype of a black man.
This is exactly it. And it really, I don't know, I'm confused where the division, do you know what? I actually know where the divisions come from, and I feel like it's come from more of a like colorism type of, like, this is colorism stance of things. Even with Eritreans, Ethiopians and Somalis, like, the fact, a lot of them, and I feel like I'm going to be scrutinized even just saying this, I'm not going to lie to you.
Say it with your chest, girl.
But a lot of them do not deem themselves to be like black. And I'm not going to lie to you, there's times in my life I've been in school or in college growing up, and I felt like I was confused because I felt like I was black because my skin definitely ain't white, and so I'm a bit confused. But people will also, even like others, people from different countries would also, you know, refer to me, oh, you're not black, Ayana.
It really comes down to like, how do we define black? Are we talking about skin tone here? Are we talking about culture? Are we talking about like, because black can be you're physically a black person, and then there's black as in you're black, like you're African, but then East African is African. Black. So for you to be from the land, the motherland, and say you're not black,
it hurts.
Is very confusing. Yeah, it's very confusing. I remember during lockdown, I feel like, I don't know if it was you that showed me, but there was this girl that was on, what's that app that everyone was using? That iPhone.
House something.
Yeah, and there was this girl that was African. She was Nigerian. She was like light-skinned Nigerian, but 100% Nigerian. And someone in the chat said something about her being black, and she was like, I'm not black, I'm light-skinned, like just really going ham on trying to push the point that she's not black, but she's literally Nigerian. Yeah. She's literally like from Africa.
I feel like I know what conversation you're talking about, but I think it was the house thing.
Is it I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, that whole thing right there is even more confusing because black people come in all shades. There's like a whole spectrum of black. You don't have to be dark skinned to be black. There are black people that are lighter in tone than mixed race people. Like my own mum, for example, is very fair skinned, and she's 100% a black woman. And she gets so pissed off when people try to call her mixed race. She's like, no, I'm a black woman.
It's like Mez. She's fully grown.
Do you know what I mean?
And I am not mixed of Irish or Scottish or English.
Literally. So it is. I think it does come down to how we define black. What is black? What does it mean? You know. But when you talk about white, it's plain and simple.
100%.
If you're white, you're white.
I feel like because we spoke about, you know, like race and colorism and stuff, I would love to talk about. Sorry. Just munch that Pringle in the Pringles. Sorry. The whole, and don't kill me off for saying this wrong because this is a very hard word to say sometimes. Fetishization.
Fetishization.
Say it, girl.
Fetishization. Fetishes. The fetishization. Fetishizing. Oh my God.
It is difficult.
Just doing that thing where you turn people into fetishes.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
That one.
I have some experience in this. Not personally. I don't have any fetishes, but I have been fetishized. Definitely been fetishized.
I know you have.
Yeah, I've definitely been fetishized. Oh, we need to find like a...
Just say we've been F. No, that's not the good... Let's build that back.
We have not been effed.
We've been fetished.
I'm just gonna, you know what I'm talking about, but yeah. I'd say the first experience of being fetished was when I was at university. Yeah, when I was at uni. I went to a predominantly white university.
We went to the same uni.
Yes, we did.
Was predominantly white.
Yeah. It was very much in,
preppy.
Far ends, far out. Not far out, actually. Technically, it's London, but yeah. Anyways, and I ended up dating a white guy, and he was a white guy that was obsessed with black women and black culture. And I get it, because we poppin'. But 100%. It was, in the beginning, it was cool, because I think... when you're immature and not quite, I don't know, you don't have a deeper understanding and self-awareness. Yeah. You can really get gassed by the idea of a white guy being into you as a black woman, because we're very... I mean, let's be real with it. That there's situations where black women do get very minimal love, and
100%
white men are sometimes put up on that pedestal.
I was going to say that
of being top tier.
Yeah.
So when you get a white guy that's like into you, especially that kind of white guy where he's like
Prince Harry tattoos.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I want my daughter to marry a Prince Harry.
Literally.
Yeah.
So when you get that, you kind of hold on to it with you know, both hands, and you're like, it makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel like you're different. Like I've had the comments before of like, you're so pretty for a black girl, and I know a lot of people have. It's not unique
100%.
at all.
Yeah.
But back in the day when you're younger and you hear stuff like that, it's affirmation. It's like it validates you. So dating this guy made me feel good, obviously. But there was a lot of alarm bells. I'm not going to go into the nitty gritty, but there were a lot of alarm bells. And one of the main ones was, you know, pictures on his phone of like big booty black girls, and
that's mad.
Lots of them.
Are you not embarrassed?
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Yes, Nella, tell him.
It was very, very strange. And even times where like we'd be out, I would catch his eyes every time a black girl walked past. He pre. And I'm thinking, wait a second. So
this is burning me.
You're not with me because you like me. You're with me because I'm almost an accessory, and you just love the look of black women. And again, that's not a problem because you like what you like. Yeah. But it's the fetishization, the fetishness of it that is quite sickening. And like when we were dating, he was never exclusive, and I thought he was. Yeah. But he was on Tinder. He was hitting up hella black girls, and they were all just, I don't even want to say look like me. They were just, the only thing we had in common was the fact that we were all black women. Yeah. And that was the first experience that I had of it. After that, it happened again. And it was a similar situation where we'd be out on dates and he would just be, I see
What's
your neck,
the freaking lurking
twisting
eyes?
up, twist up neck like flipping
before I burn
Exorcist.
your eyes with hot pepper sauce.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Twist your whole 360 rotation when you see a group of black females. And I remember calling him out on it, and I was like, good. Are you okay? Like, why are you always, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I didn't mean to. Da, 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 da. And in my head, I'm like, why am I dating this guy? Why am I doing this to myself? This is not love. This is not how it's meant to feel. Yeah. Like, I genuinely feel like you will be moving on to the next best thing as soon as you see it. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as we stopped dating, he was just on to the next one. And it's just, and she was from Trinidad as well.
Oh my god!
I was just like, oh my god, like yeah. So being fetishized is really, it's not nice at all. But I think it definitely comes down to how much you're willing to accept, and that comes down to how much you value yourself. And I think obviously in the early days when you're young, you're trying to figure it out. You're not always completely ready to love yourself. Yeah, and you expect that void to be filled by someone else. And again, if it's filled by a Prince Harry type, you feel like it's really full. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, being fetishized. And then I guess in a way, God, I've never really thought about it this way, but me dating white guys, was I fetishizing white guys?
Was you, sis?
I don't know. I feel like all of my exes look very different. Yeah. And there's an array of like cultures and skin colors and tones and whatever. Like I'm not exclusive to say, oh, I've only dated white guys or I only date black guys. But there was definitely a phase where I like maybe like 3 white guys in a row. I don't know. Listen, I'll try to bait myself out. I'm exposing myself here. But I don't know. Was I fetishizing white guys?
Or were you sort of traumatized by how black men treated you? Well, that's potentially a thing too.
Yeah. I think my first ever like crush, oh my god, I remember when I was like in nursery, I had a crush on this white boy called Jack, and I don't even know why. Oh my god, my
first crush was Jack as well.
Was he called Jack as well? He was called
Jack. Don't tell me it's the same Jack. Lived near McDonald's.
I don't know. It's a very generic name.
At North End Road.
No, don't. Pinpoint location. Oh my god. No, I think I was in nursery, so this was like way before I moved to Fulham. Yeah. But I just remember being like 4 or 5 years old and just chasing after this boy. But back then I didn't know about skin colours.
You know what? I feel like even in my own personal experience, I feel my stepdad is white. So like my mom married like when I was 3 or 4, and they stayed together until I was, I don't know, maybe 12, 13. And for me, I held him on such a high pedestal. Like I loved him.
So
He
much.
was like my superhero. Like he was
He's your dad.
my peace and tranquility. Like
He's your
would-
dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That for me, I never really looked at, my crushes were never like black men. Like Zac Efron, Duncan from Blue.
Oh my
Like,
god.
do you know what I'm saying? They were never, or like, actually, tell a lie. The one person I did like was Blue. Not Blue, sorry. Who's the black Bradley? Bradley from S Club 7.
Oh, he was cute.
Yeah.
Little, chunky little face.
Yeah, he was probably the only one, but the rest, all of them, Justin Bieber.
Oh, well,
16-year-old Justin Bieber.
Yeah. I think for me it changed during uni.
Yeah.
I started liking like Ryan Reynolds.
Listen, Ryan Reynolds, though, he's got a different
Justin
type of
Timberlake.
sauce, though. Yeah, he's got a different type of sauce.
See,
That's
and
like
I was
a
just,
different
I was
sauce.
on the hunt for, this is how you know. I wasn't necessarily fetishizing white men, but I definitely was after a white man that had black sauce.
I was
He
just
had the
about
drip.
to say
yeah,
that to
that's what I
you.
was after.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I wanted everything that comes with being with a black man, but for some reason didn't want to be with a black man, and it's just fucked up. It's really messed up. But
Yeah.
and I love gingers. Like I love red hair, and
What a ginger man.
this is it.
Yeah.
And I ended up with like the most perfect person because he's black
Aw.
and he's ginger.
I've definitely been fetishized, same as you, the whole black girl thing. But it's funny because I feel like the white guys would only move to you when they're drunk. Well, that was my experience. They would never approach me when they're sober. They always approach me when they're like intoxicated somehow.
Okay.
They'd be like, "Mark, you look exotic. Where are you from?"
That word.
Do not. I will dash exotic in your face. Do not say that to me. Have you been on Hinge before?
No.
Okay, so when you're on Hinge, you can comment on someone's picture to match them, and obviously, then now it's my choice to match you based on what you've said to me. So, the majority of comments I received was, "You're East African, aren't you? Are you Habesha?" As in Eritrean, Ethiopia.
Okay.
Or Tigray.
Where were they from?
They were black.
Oh, okay.
Black men, yeah. Or no, because I use my preference as black men. I can't lie to you. And I felt like every time someone had said that to me, it had always been a massive red flag in my head, because there's no way now your first word is gonna be to me, "Oh my god, yeah, you're East African." I feel like clearly that's
and this is definitely
tickle something for you.
a fetishization.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that a lot of like black men will go for black women only if they're East African, because they have, straighter hair, or they have like it's basically the hair. Like when you think about it, the main difference would be the hair texture.
Yeah.
Because East African women come as dark as they come, and they come as fair as they come too. So it's more like, I want a black woman, but I don't really want to deal with black woman stress.
This is
And I
I'll
think-
walk out the studio right now. Don't believe in me.
It's all the stereotypes.
Yeah.
It's all the stereotypes. And I think, definitely, it's definitely a thing.
But the people I've gotten the most from was Nigerian men. Now, the comment I get a lot from them was, "Yeah, I don't date Nigerian women. I love East African women." First of all, I've got Nigerian friends, so now don't say that to me, because that puts me off the fact that you even said that to me, because why are you even discriminating your own?
Your mother is from...
Your mom is, and your sister is Nigerian too.
I've actually never been approached by a Nigerian man before. I think only in like clubbing situations.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been approached by a Nigerian
They'll be the
man.
ones popping champagne.
Yeah. I've never been approached by a
best
Nigerian
life.
man
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
That actually kind of takes me to a little bit of a segue.
Yeah.
To Love Island.
Okay.
So naturally, there's a theme with Love Island when it comes to black contestants. You know where I'm going with this.
Exactly what you're about to
So
say.
before this season's Love Island, which I'm not really too tuned into, but kind of like, naturally Instagram does
Forces
give
you.
you the spoilers,
Yeah.
kind of forces it onto you.
Yeah.
But in the past, like black women on Love Island have had the wackest support and response and reaction in the house. They're always the least popular.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess a show like Love Island isn't really made for black people, and I feel like they've probably gotten better at it.
Yeah.
But one of the things I noticed this season was the fact that they made the public choose, and I feel like they did
noticed that straight
to
away.
eliminate that whole pressure of the black girl not being chosen, because it's happened like 3 seasons in a row, and it's a big deal. Like, you're putting people in the house that are not compatible. You're putting a black woman into a house with people that don't mess with black women. So what, like, you're doing it for your what's it called, affirmative action, just to say that yes, we are all inclusive, but you're not actually putting them in a position to succeed. So I feel like with this season, obviously they've made the public choose, and naturally the public has chosen to put black people with black people
100%.
So yeah, it's just another interesting.
But you know what, it's funny,
like,
even with Love Island, like I feel like black men get chosen a lot by white women, by black women, by mixed race women. Black women, though, when they go on Love Island, the
always
only
get the least
chance
love,
they will ever get by being picked by someone is only by a black man. And if it is by a white man or a mixed race man, it's due to just friendship and loyalty and saving you on the show.
Yeah, and if it feels like if they do get chosen by a black man, it again it's more to do with staying on the show.
Yeah.
Or because they tend to put black men in there that date white women. So it's like,
this is it. Yeah.
What are we gonna do here?
Yeah.
You might as well just not apply.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Why?
We need a black Love Island.
I have been saying this from time.
Thank you. Because realistically, the producers are just fucking it up. They're ruining it.
You're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it.
ruining it. Completely ruining it for us. Yeah, it's difficult, man. It's really hard.
And it even shows it by just the airtime certain people get.
Like,
you can tell. Like,
anyways,
moving on. What's the next topic?
So yeah, we want to talk about first dates.
Yeah,
cute moments of blossoming relationships.
And you were saying prior to just like the practice recording. No, not even the practice recording, but just before we got interrupted by myself. The whole process of getting ready for someone and all of that you really like, and you have a massive crush on them. And, oh my god, I gotta look like a bad
right. I have to like put my best foot forward.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that whole idea of like just being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And it's all about being yourself.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think it's actually quite fun and it's quite liberating. But yeah, I want to talk about first dates, no nos, and yes yeses.
Okay.
So, how do you feel about like timing on a first date? Like, are you normally late? Are you on time? What's your track record?
I'm very good at being late for things all the time. So I feel embarrassed when I come to a first date late, because it's like I'm trying to put my best foot forward, and like this is not really a good start to a first date. Me being, you're sitting in the restaurant for 30 minutes.
It's like turning up to your first shift late. Are you going to fire me?
100%.
No, I'm notoriously great at being late for everything. I feel like I've always been that way, but since having Ruby, I've added an extra hour to everything. I cannot be on time for anything in life.
I tried that though recently. The past 3 months I did try the whole adding an hour. It didn't work.
Oh no. I mean an hour to my estimated time of arrival.
Oh, okay.
I am literally I'm not going to be there like something, but I can never be on time. But yeah, with dates, I think I'm pretty good actually. I think I've been pretty good back in the day of like turning up on time. But yeah, timing's good. How do you feel about your guy being late?
I'm not going to lie. You absolutely read my mind. I was just about to say to you, I would rather be late than them be late.
Yeah.
Because
no one wants to be waiting.
Why are you keeping the lady waiting?
Yeah.
See, I'm not a traditional person, but there's certain things on a first date for me I am quite traditional about.
Yeah. Timings.
The chivalry aspect of things, I'm very traditional about.
I think it's like, I don't think it's necessarily red flags if a guy's late, but if he's late and he's not
Apologetic.
remorseful, or that for me is like, yeah, like you're a dickhead still.
Yeah. There ain't no second dose still.
You're a dickhead still.
Yeah.
What about how you dress? Like being overdressed, underdressed. Personally, like I've never gone to a date wearing like a banging dress, like a proper like.
Oh, same.
No, I'm so
Yeah,
casual. I don't.
same.
It doesn't matter where we're going.
Or even if it's like a sexy casual.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
always gonna put effort in, but it will be very bougie, effortless effort.
Yes.
Like I didn't think about this outfit too much. I kind of just pulled it out.
It just jumped on
My
me.
little booty just
Yeah.
popping, little booty hanging out. Like, but yeah, the whole like going nuts with it, like
No.
like heels. I mean, I don't even wear heels.
I've never worn heels on a date.
I've never worn heels on a date. I haven't even
Well,
worn
first date.
heels to. I think the only place I've worn heels has been to a wedding. And
And
you-
my birthday.
did I wear heels at your birthday?
Yeah.
What birthday?
The one that just passed. I appreciate your effort, girl.
Did I wear heels?
Yes, you
Guy, you know I love
did.
you if
Yeah.
I wore heels, fam.
You did.
I do not fuck with heels.
You did.
Although I can run in heels. I can duck in heels. I don't know how I acquired that skill because I barely wear them, but fam,
That
Usain
is
Bolt in these heels. And no ankle insurance needed. I'm straight running.
My ankles are too weak for that.
But no, I've never worn heels on a date. I try to avoid that as much as possible. And if I have to wear like something smart, I'll just put like just boots. I feel like DMs.
Yeah,
or
but
something. I just wear like Dr. Martens. So I'm dressing them up a little bit. But how do you feel about like?
I actually have a question for you.
Yes,
I have a question for
please.
me. Sorry. So what if I was, you know, your Prince Harry? Yeah. Whether it's Wakanda style
Yes.
or European style.
T'Challa,
Yeah.
Prince T'Challa.
You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to take you to the fanciest restaurant.
What would I wear?
What would you wear? And you really like me,
Okay.
but I want you. And just
Okay,
you.
so I'll go for what I actually did wear when me and Ruben went to the Shard,
Okay,
which has only
girl.
ever happened once because we are definitely more
Laid back.
Burger
chill.
King type people. But we went to
chill.
the Shard one time and I wore like an oversized shirt with like a little tie like around the waist, kind of cinch it in.
That's cute.
And I had what are they called? Brogues. So if I'm something fancy, I'd probably wear like a dress that's quite oversized and
Yeah.
like loose, but like can be quite smart. I like a shirt dress.
I love a shirt
I love a
dress
shirt
because you can eat
dress.
as much as you want to eat.
Have to worry about the expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would wear. But overdressing, I think it's pretty hard for a guy to overdress. I mean, unless he literally turns up in a tux.
But I can't lie. If you turn up on a tux, I'm like, you're doing too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Overdressing is.
definitely doing too much.
Would you prefer someone that overdressed or underdressed
on a first date?
on a first date?
Overdressed.
Really?
Yeah, because I want to feel
Like,
like
imagine
you're
if you went
making
like
effort
imagine
for
if you went
me.
bowling and he was literally wearing like a 3-piece.
Yo, do you know what? I would find that extremely cute because clearly you were very nervous to meet me. So
Aw.
now you put like
That's a bit
the
of an ick
most
for me.
effort.
Though.
You know what? It would deep
I'll be
down.
like, wait, did your mum help you
No.
get dressed today?
It low-key would be deep down, but at the end of the day, I feel like I would try and conclude it in my brain. Ayana,
He tried.
he really tried
Yeah.
to impress you.
Yeah.
Like, let's try date number 2 and see the
Let's
effort
see.
in that sense. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because now if you're doing the 3-piece suit, then I'm like, I don't know.
What are you gonna wear like when you get married if you're wearing
This
three-piece
is what
suits?
you're giving me
three-piece
everything now.
everywhere? Exactly.
Don't give me everything now.
Yeah. That kind of leads on to like grooming.
Yeah.
So hygiene, shaving,
Like your date on
like
your
my date with
second episode. Yeah.
with the and the
Yeah.
type of that. But yeah, grooming obviously is very important as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That goes without saying. The first thing you should be doing is taking a nice hot steamy shower. You best be in that shower for at least an hour, fam.
Then lotion yourself with that
Lotion,
shea butter.
lotion. Put on your best. You know,
Do you
your
know when the
best
beard is
fragrance.
glistening too?
Oh, the beard oils. Give
Gli-
that a good
yeah.
little 2-minute
I wanna
massage.
see it shine
Yeah.
in the lights.
Grooming's so important. I feel like you can get
is.
away with a shit outfit
100%.
if you're well groomed. And like for the ladies, obviously, like I don't think I've ever met a woman that hasn't like combed her hair at least. Like we go all out when it comes to the grooming.
girls do
Like
too much,
everything
yeah.
is slick.
You even get your nail. You get a wax too, and
Yeah.
the nails. You don't even need to be getting a wax.
No,
You just want to
it's
get a wax
all-
to
and
feel
the,
good.
The underwear's matching, even
Yeah.
though there's a high chance that there's not even
Nothing
going to be
gonna happen
visible,
anyways,
nothing's going to
yeah.
be seen. But you need to feel like everything is just on point.
100%.
Yeah.
It gives you the confidence boost. I feel like with
It
women, it
definitely
gives you a
does.
confidence boost.
Definitely
Yeah.
does.
It gets you feeling like a baby.
Definitely.
Sure.
What about phone etiquette during a first date? Because obviously in this day and age, it's very, very difficult to not check your phone.
Yeah.
Again, I find it quite easy. Obviously, I've been in a relationship for quite a while, but when you're on a first date, it's kind of easy for you to kind of just, I don't know, check your phone here and there. How do we feel about that?
If you're doing it too much, I low-key do get offended a bit because I mean, like, I'm gracing you.
Yeah, you're supposed to be trying
Like,
to connect.
Yeah. Like, I'm here. I'm here. I'm giving you I could have been elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm here and I'm giving you my time. Because me here not shooting my shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That part.
And I'm telling you, yes, I'll come on a date with you. Like, I'll go on a date with you, and you're here on your phone.
What
Doesn't
do
make
you-
sense to me.
What is worse in your opinion? Someone that's constantly checking their phone, or someone that keeps talking about their ex or previous experiences? What would you say is worse?
Do you know what though? I'd be really fascinated because, you know, I feel like the phone would be worse because I would try to matchmake you and your ex if I need to. Because why are you not over your ex? Why are you asking why are you asking me on a date? I wouldn't do it like that.
If you've come all this way,
No,
and this
because
brother's just talking about his ex.
I find men genuinely very interesting in how they process their thoughts and stuff, especially when it comes to relationships. So if you're now asking me on a date, and then the person that you've asked on a date, you're now talking, all you can talk about is the
Is
ex.
your ex,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay, so why do you feel like that?
I hear you. You end up therapizing him.
Psychoanalyze you and tell you about yourself.
I
Yeah,
hear it.
but
So-
obviously in a nice way.
Yeah. Have you ever been on a date with someone that's like constantly like spoken over you and like won't let you chat? Because
Yes.
what happened?
This
I'm so intrigued.
this one guy, we went to like a restaurant, and it was so fun because there was no, at this point I got there first. First red flag
Strike
for me.
one.
Yes. And then he came afterwards, and at that time now our table had been like gone, so they sat us at a bar. So I was at the bar waiting. He came afterwards. We both got drinks. Now when the card reader came, I said I'm gonna pay for my own thing because, you know,
Okay. Just
I
you
got
read
my
the room.
I got my
yeah.
you know,
I got my own coin.
and he seemed very like hesitant. I like when a man is like, "Just straight away,
Yeah.
put your stuff
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna pay him."
yeah.
The bartender now tells him, "Are you not gonna pay for her?" Are you not
I'm
embarrassed?
not embarrassed. This is really embarrassing.
That should have been my worst date one, actually.
Yes, it should have.
Now, every time I spoke about something, he would just kind of jump over me and talk about his life. At the end of the day, oh, by the way, also, halfway through, like in intervals of the day, he would kind of do like the heavy metal rock screaming.
What? What do you mean?
You're like, I love like heavy metal rock. And he'd be like,
Why?
he would just start
Was he
screaming.
white?
No, he was Jamaican. He was a Muslim Jamaican guy.
And he started screaming at the
Yeah,
table.
he
Nah,
started-
how did you not mention
I
this
don't
date
know
on our last
how
episode?
I didn't. I felt like I listened back
Wow.
to the episode and I was like, Ayana,
I'm
you
sure
must
I've
have
had
a
worse. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay, so he was screaming at you in heavy
I
metal.
was like, oh, okay. Okay. The day ended and I said, okay, well, he said to me, I really like you. Would you see me again? I said to him, can I just ask you one question? I was like, what did you learn about me in this date before
Yeah.
I ask you?
Yeah.
He's like, well, you do eyebrows and you like doing photography sometimes. I was like, is that it? because we've been together for a good 4 hours.
Wow.
4 or 5 hours, and that's what you can remember.
Screaming for 4 hours.
That's
wow.
talking about his daughter. I was like, oh, you got a daughter? Oh, that didn't really come through in a conversation when we first met.
Wow. That's
What about you?
What was the question? Sorry, I'm so immersed in what you just told me. I'm actually just lost my
Like
space.
them speaking over you kind of thing.
I've definitely been with a guy that wouldn't stop talking about himself. And he was well accomplished. Don't get me wrong. He had a lot going for him. His family was rich, and he did not let me not know that. It was consistently flexing about his car, and like he was a music producer, and I think he had been nominated for like a MOBO or something.
Oh wow.
Or won a MOBO. I can't remember, but he would not stop talking about this. And I think it was something that probably worked for him in the past.
Yeah.
So he just kept going. And no, he did not learn anything about me. The thing is, I did end up like staying the whole time, and we did like hang out and stuff, but I never saw him again, and that was massive shock to him. I think I really like knocked his confidence there, because it's never happened to him before.
Good.
But yeah, he just kept chatting about himself, and he never asked me a single question. It was just flex, like bodybuilder, and it was dead. And I was just, I get it. Okay, you're a successful music producer. Well done. Like, well done. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you're not a sort of woman that's impressed by.
No. And the thing is, I love, someone with talent. That's really cool. But when you, I don't know, you're clearly
on your
not
high horse.
Yeah, you're clearly not interested in anyone else but yourself. Why don't you just date yourself? Like,
you know what, Loki? I feel like guys like that, maybe that's the most interesting thing about them.
Oh, definitely.
It's LDE.
It is. And because it's the most interesting about them, and to be fair, it is quite interesting. It's just not like is there nothing else to you? Like so that was an interesting one. Yeah, he was just chatting a lot. Yeah, a lot. But yeah, that kind of comes down to like poor listening skills and poor attention skills when people just chat about themselves and stuff. Like,
but imagine now you're on a first date. What are your 3 no-nos?
Okay, my number 1 is hygiene.
Yeah.
Don't come stinking. My number 2 is handsiness.
Oh my god!
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, don't not on a first date. Not like that. Like,
has that happened to you?
No.
Okay.
No.
See, I didn't think about it because I never experienced it. Yeah.
Only if I've like wanted it to, but like no, I've never had unwanted physical contact. But I just feel like that's a really big thing for me.
Yeah. I hear it.
That's a massive turn.
I think that should be for every woman.
Yeah, definitely. You can't be,
and every man.
Handsy.
Yeah.
And number 3 would be listening skills. Like, just be fair and show me that you want to get to know me. What's the point of being on a date if you just want to showcase yourself?
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, hygiene definitely. For sure. I feel like mannerisms, but I feel like mannerisms covers a lot. Like it covers even the whole handsy thing.
Yeah.
Like
how you carry yourself.
Yeah. And even the whole listening, like when I'm talking, listen, or don't be like doing wandering eyes whilst we're sitting here on a date. Like it just doesn't make sense. And the third, act your age, because I feel like men develop mentally, this is me stereotyping again, a lot later than women.
Yeah.
So if I can find someone who's on the same mental wave and energy as me, like we both want the same things, and oh my god, that is the biggest.
Yeah. Do you kiss on a first date?
I'll try not to. It depends though. It won't be like a full-on lips in tongue. I think there's a
difference between kissing on a first date and kissing someone that you've just met. Yep.
Because you clearly must have spoken to that person for quite some time. Yeah.
Or if it's someone that you've known before, then I guess it's not that deep. But kissing someone that you just met,
no.
I don't think I've ever, not on a first date.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
I don't think I've ever done that before. But I've kissed on a first date before, though. Definitely.
Get it, girl. But thank you for listening.
Thank you for
Thank
listening.
you.
And yeah, stay tuned for episode 4.
If you haven't already, follow us on Two Black Girls.
Yes.
With one extra S at the end.
And yes, I have been Tiana Tats.
I have been Ayana.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Moi.
We out.